In today's video, we're going to talk about how the 24 to 50 f2.8 has an effective range of 24 to maybe almost 100 millimeters. Now let's talk about why pair the 24 to 50 f2.8 with the A7C II. I think it's one of the best combinations of lenses and camera bodies. It seems like they were meant for each other. So it's honestly a compact combo with a compact body plus compact lens. So traveling with this and having this as your hybrid lens choice is an amazing thing to have. It's also f2.8, so it's enough for me, for my workflow. So you get consistent enough exposure for video and usable shallow depth of field. Now, a sneaky workflow that you can have with the A7C II is that when you toggle the crop factor on this, plus the dynamic active stabilization, plus even potentially the clear image zoom, one of these, if you combine all of them. So this one fills the gap for people who want the 24 to 70 f2.8 without paying the GM price. So you obviously sacrifice on a few things, whether that's the sharpness of the image or maybe the pixels, but to some degree you can hide it. But going into some quick specs, the 24-50 millimeter f2.8 has a constant aperture of f2.8. Amazing. Has a 67 millimeter filter thread, which is a common filter thread if you use, for example, Tamron lenses. A lot of them have the 67 millimeter filter thread. It's 440 grams, so it's light enough if you use a gimbal. Its focusing distance is 0.19 meters on the wide end and 0.30 meters on the tele end, so for their minimum focus. So it has 11 blades, it has dust moisture resistance. It also has a declickable aperture, which is amazing if you don't want that extra noise. It has an AF/MF switch. It also has a custom lens button. So it's very practical if you maybe assign it to clear image zoom, which I do. You can also map it into another mode as well. Maybe you can do the crop mode on it instead of the clear image zoom, but I use the clear image zoom on this one. Now going into the 3-in-1 range trick that you can do. So it's native to 24 to 50 millimeters full frame, but with the APS-C mode, you can crop into an effective 36 to 75 millimeter equivalent with the clear image zoom up to 1.5x in 4K. I think they're using some sort of algorithm in order to do this zoom. So I'm not the most technical on the clear image zoom and how they're able to get such clear image on that zoom, but you can get more reach with sort of minimal quality loss. So if you combine the APS-C plus the CIZ, the clear image zoom, you get an effective 54 to 112 millimeter range. But take that with a grain of salt as well, because you're obviously sacrificing quality for these zooms. Now, in terms of, does it matter for your images or whatever you're doing? Are you willing to sacrifice that quality so that you can have a compact lens? That's really up to you. Now going into the DAS or dynamic active stabilization crop, it stabilizes your lens handheld, but it also punches in. So whenever you have to do any shots that go right or left, you're going to see sort of this rolling shutter or sort of weird banding on the right and left, but it does stabilize it from forward, backward. So it's gonna look sort of gimbal-y because they're using AI to stabilize the image. So now on the end range of this lens on the 24, yes, the end range is 24. You can vlog with it. So you can use DAS. If you combine those, you're going to have stable enough footage whenever you're vlogging. Now, other video use cases, when you do talking head videos like this, I'm shooting right now with a 35 millimeter prime because I wanted to show you guys the lens, but I do usually use talking head setups with this lens. So whenever I shoot talking head videos, 24 to 35 is my preferred choice of range. So whenever I do talking heads, this is the lens that I go to. Now, some video use cases can't apply with this lens. Whenever I want to do product detailed shots, I usually go for my 24 to 105. So that's where it sort of loses out. It doesn't have that punched in feel that I like from the 24 to 105 and how sort of clear that lens makes it out to be. But if you're in a pickle or you're in a pinch, you can zoom in with this lens. Now for photo use cases of this lens, it's obviously a more discreet looking lens compared to the 24 to 105. So it's a tad bit shorter, but it's compact enough that not a lot of people pay attention to it. So that's an amazing part of having this lens, is that you're not grabbing attention. So you can do what you have to do. And for photo use cases, the reason why this works well as well with the A7C II is because with the 33 megapixels that you have on that camera, you can punch in if you don't have that extra reach, and you're not really sacrificing too much quality. You are sacrificing some, but not to the extent where if you had, let's say, a camera that had less megapixels, then it wouldn't be too good. Now going into filters and just my practical kit for this specific lens. Because it has the 67mm filter thread, I share this diffusion filter among all my other lenses, even my prime lenses, because I have step-up rings on those with the 67mm filter thread. So I share this with my 35mm f1.8 and my 11mm f1.8 lens. So that's an amazing filter thread to have. I have a couple diffusion filters, a black promise glimmer glass, one glimmer glass 1/4 in a 77mm. I also have a everyday short stash filter, and I have another set of filters coming in, so I might make a video on all of those. Another thing that I have for filters is that I have a diopter, so it effectively makes your focusing range or focusing distance better if you need to get sort of macro shots. So let's get into the pros of this lens. It's very small and light. It's an amazing lens to have. It has consistent f2.8. You can combine APS-C plus DAS plus CIZ. So it feels like multiple lenses with just this compact lens. It has a 67mm filter thread, which is a pro again. I like having 67mm on my lenses. You can share it amongst others. So let's go into the cons. And my personal con for this lens is that it has a reverse zoom effect on it. So this would be 24 and this would be 50. But when you shoot 35, it's just that. So personally for me, I shoot a lot of 24 to 40. So I don't usually shoot at 50. So because I shoot at 24 to 40, I have to have this extended. So if I'm using, for example, let's say I use a gimbal, you might have to adjust it, but I haven't seen a lot of videos talking about that yet. But hopefully when I do get my gimbal, I can show you guys how I would balance it with this lens. For me as a hybrid creator, this lens plus the A7C II feels like a one bag minimalist creator setup. I really enjoy this and I've been dragging it along with me a lot.